everybody, it's Amy Mesney from Teaching Ideas for You, and I am here with you tonight with my son Sam. Sam is a ninth grader, but he's been using Google Classroom for a few years. He used it with what, your English class and your math class in co-op.
Yeah.
And so he's had a lot of experience using it, and there's been things about Google Classroom that we liked and then things that he doesn't like. He was nice enough to volunteer to walk us through so that we teachers can see what does it look like on the student side. So, Sam, you want to take it away?
Yes. So when you first enter Google Classroom, this is what you see.
Let me get his screen up. Sorry, we're new to this. We're going to get his screen up. Here we go. There.
You see all of your classes when you first log in, and then you can click on one of them. And like this is just an assignment, and it has a link to websites that you can post. And if it was an assignment that was due, all you have to do is mark for done, and it's like complete. It would give you a date up in this corner.
Okay, so mark as done, like that tells, like if you click that, then that tells the teacher that you've turned it in?
Yes, it gives them a notification.
Okay, so if you don't click that, they can see that you've worked on it, but you're just telling them that it's not done?
They can see any of these things if you added it already to the assignment.
Okay, and so the due date is only there in the corner. So if you're back at the class view, like is there any indication there without clicking on it, like that you have work due or anything like that?
Right. Like where?
Like back where you're like that, like, or it just shows you your classes. It doesn't really show you like
underneath here, it will tell you things due, but it won't give you a date. You have to actually like click on it.
Okay, so, but that's helpful though, right? Like, so you can see that you don't have anything due right now, but if you did have something due, it would show automatically on this front screen?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you show us a class where you had more work that they could just kind of see how you know, like what it looks like from the student view?
Okay. Right here is English, and this is like all the work in order.
Okay, so it shows you like how many points. You can see that you have a couple things missing. Is there anything else that you can see from this? Like this is your grade book, I guess, or your assignment list?
Yes. This is all the assignments that she got that was like put into Google Classroom.
Okay. What are the other buttons there on the side?
Assigned, like stuff that's missing, or just like stuff that's assigned. That's
Okay,
like,
so that would be
it'll
like,
tell you the due date over here if it's
okay,
not
so
missing.
that's like your to-do list?
Yes. And this is returns of grades.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this is missing.
The first tab was like everything all mixed up, but then
Yes.
you break it out into missing and what's due, what's graded, and then what was that last tab?
Missing.
Oh, so okay. So your second tab is like to do, but will also show you missing. But if
Yes.
you just want to see what's missing, you can just go to the bottom. Okay. Is there anything else that you see in student view that you find helpful?
Private comments.
Okay. Do you have any examples of that?
Yes. Here, there's my speech I recorded, and she wanted us to comment all of our figurative language. So I did that, and then we can comment back and forth on it.
Okay, so that's your teacher commenting with you?
Yes, and these are private comments. No one else can see it besides us.
Okay, and what's the recording that it says there?
That was a voice recording. For the assignment, I had to voice record a speech.
Oh, okay, so it's nice. So you can submit, you could, even if you had a question for your teacher or you wanted to discuss something, like you could talk and send it to her?
Yes. No.
No?
You can't like send a recording of your voice, you have to use typing in the private comments.
Oh, okay.
This is all the stuff you can turn in, like as work.
Okay. So what was your recording? Like what kind of file?
M4A.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can turn any type of file though, I think.
okay, so that it's so what you're saying is it's not really handy to have like a discussion. It's not like sending a voice text.
No.
Okay. So what is it like if you compare traditional classroom, like if we think back to elementary school or even classes, like you do have some teachers who use Google Classroom and some that don't. Like what is it that you like about Google Classroom? Like what is good that teachers do with it that help you as a student?
I get notifications on my phone when they post stuff, so I get reminded of the work.
Okay, so you think it's easier for you to keep track of what you have due?
To an extent. Like I'm gonna forget, but at the same time it reminds me a little bit, and I can see get notifications still, and I can go in all my work that's to do this week is there, in case I forget. So it's a nice backup thing to have.
Okay. So it's kind of like an organizer. So it's like even a handwritten organizer. If you use it appropriately, it works, and if you don't, it's not going to work.
Yes, exactly.
So what else do you like about it?
Um, all the basic stuff, it's all handy.
Okay, so do you find it easier to submit your work like this than to just hand it in class?
Yes.
Why?
Sometimes when you forget work at home, you can always take a picture of it and set it in, and it won't be counted as late with some of my teachers. It's just easier to turn in online for me because I do a lot of my work online, like writing up, typing it compared to handwritten.
Okay, and yeah, and so like for you, I mean, we've used typing for a long time with your vision and things like that. We had started doing typing a while ago, and with you being left-handed, we had some handwriting difficulties for a while. But Sam is a good writer and everything now, but we've always found it easier to type it and even edit together, right? We do edit. You said you like to edit on paper though better, right?
Yes.
Why?
It's easier in my opinion than doing it online. It's
Yeah.
easier to use a highlighter, physically than on the computer.
Okay, because Sam and I were talking about this when I was asking him about whether he used DocHub or Cami in school, and that his teacher uses Cami, and he had told me he didn't like it, and I asked him why. So, what your teacher allows you to do is you can either use Cami or you can print it off and do the editing and then just take a picture and turn it in.
Yes.
Okay. What do you not like about Google Classroom? Is there anything that teachers do that you don't like or you find it's not really effective?
Um, there's nothing that's not effective. There's things that could be more effective.
Like what?
Just like all of those stuff could be more effective, but it's all useful in its own ways.
So there's nothing that stands out to you, in other words,
No.
that you don't like. Well, I know one of the classes you had in homeschool co-op that you took, one of the problems that I found as a parent was that you had things to do, like he had Khan Academy videos and things to watch, and he didn't really understand them. And so one problem I have found with Google Classroom versus being in the classroom is that when you're in the classroom, you kind of can tell by working with kids who's not quite understanding it. Whereas when you're waiting for work to be turned in through Google Classroom, it's not always obvious that they don't get it. And so Sam would have questions, but he would wait for the class when we only met once a week. And so then you'd be stuck for a whole week without getting help. What the teacher had wanted was for him to ask for help. So I would say, as a teacher, one thing you have to be aware of is reaching out to kids who look like they're not working, because they might actually be working and it just may be stuck, or they may have a question, but are a little bit shy to reach out to you. Is there anything else you want to say, Sam?
Honestly, no.
No? All right.
No.
Well, we appreciate you showing us how Google Classroom, and it's actually pretty simple. It didn't take you very long to figure it out either, did it?
Like a week or two.
Yeah. So the good thing is if you think about all these kids who are now off school and the teachers are trying to move online, like if their kids haven't used Google Classroom before, like if they're brand new, their school hasn't used it, what is one or two things that they should teach kids right away to help them out?
How to switch between classes.
Okay, well,
And how to submit work easier.
how do you switch between classes? You just go back to that home board?
Yes.
Is there a way to,
Or in the side panel, you can do it.
the side panel? So is there a way when you're in a class to go to the other class?
Not when you're like in it.
So you have to back out.
Yes.
Do you still have your classroom up? Can you show us how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, and then how to submit work. When you say submit work easier, what does that mean?
So you just go like this, and then all your classes are over here.
Oh, okay. So if you're in health, like move your mouse to the side. You're in bio. Okay, you just have to move your. So all you have to do is kind of swipe your mouse over to the side, and it just pops right up.
Yes.
Okay, and what is the easy way for kids to submit work?
Pressing submit.
Well, what's the hard way to submit work?
Going like into here. Some teachers would make you press share and submit it like that way.
Wait, where is that? Can you? I can't see what you're doing, hon.
So like this is a Google Docs.
Okay.
And inside the Google Docs, there's a share button. Some teachers make you share it, but that's not the easy way. Like that's terrible.
Why?
You have to like know their email, and most kids don't know the teacher email.
Oh, okay. So it's easier to attach your work and then just hit submit.
Yes.
If you share it, does that send it to their email versus sending it to their Google? Is that why they want you to do it?
I don't know.
Okay. But you're saying for students in general, it's just a lot easier just to submit it.
Yes.
All right. Well, we appreciate your tips, because sometimes it's hard for teachers because you don't know what it looks like from the student side sometimes, and so you don't really understand what the students get stuck on because it doesn't look the same usually on the teacher side. Whoops. All right, Sam. Thanks for being here tonight. And it's again, this was Amy from Teaching Ideas for You and my son Sam. And so we are glad that you came tonight, and we hope that you learned a little bit about what it's like to be a student using Google Classroom. All right, everybody, have a good night.